Hey everyone, it's Mike. I'm back. I keep saying I'm not going to do this and pause for a few weeks, but things got a little crazy. Getting everything ready for our Halloween party that we had. We had a bunch of people over and trick-or-treating and all that, and it just took a lot out of us. So finally have some peace and quiet this Sunday morning to put together a video to show some of the stuff that I've gotten recently and just talk about music, I guess. And sorry I've been away for so long, and I really like making these videos. So I'm not staying away because I don't want to do it. I'm staying away because things are just get in the way sometimes. So anyway, I'm back, and let's start off. It's going to be a smorgasbord of different types of things I'm going to show today. It's not all one type of thing, so it's going to kind of bounce around a lot, but whatever. This first record I'm going to show is a record, I talked about it in a couple videos in the past, I think. It was a while back, not a while back, a couple videos ago, maybe one video, I don't know. But it was a video about Courtney and I celebrating our anniversary, and she got me a bunch of records. And there was one that she put on order that took a while to get in, so it came in after I did my last video. So I'll show that one first. This is XTC's None Such album. It's their 12th studio album. I think I got this on CD back when it came out. I was in like a senior in college or just out of college, and love this album. This one just came out right after Oranges and Lemons, and it has kind of a lot of the same feel to me as Oranges and Lemons. Just really bright, fun, just really nice music. But I think my favorites off of this immediately were Holly Up on Poppy and Dear Madam Barnum. War Dance is great. There's a bunch of other really good ones on here, but those three really stand out to me. It's the Gatefold. This is on Andy's Ape House label, this reissue. 1992, this originally came out, and this is all the songs. It's pretty much like Oranges and Lemons. It's a pretty full. It's not stretched out on two records for so much for sound quality as it is because there's just a lot of music. It's definitely a real double album. So anyway, XTC's None Such, 1992. No inner sleeves. It just had that gatefold there that I showed you, and then two records pressed on black vinyl. So that's my first record. The next one, this is a reissue. I'd shown a bunch of these. This band released all of their early EPs and singles on Music on Vinyl. And I collected most of those, not all of them, but most of them. And the band is Curve out of the UK. They're an old shoegaze band from the 90s. This is Doppelganger, their first studio album. And I have an original, but this is a reissue on, like I said, it's a numbered limited edition. I got number 177. I guess that's a pretty low number. Really nice textured paper that this is on. It's kind of almost feels like vinyl, music on vinyl, but like a kind of almost like a plastic, but it's not. It's just got a really interesting texture to it. Really nice. No inner sleeve. It's supposed to come with, it said it came with an inner sleeve, but I know that these music on vinyl releases, they're not really like band inner sleeves. They're like promoting the music on vinyl releases. One of those kind of inner sleeves. But anyway, this one did not come with one. I'm not too worried about it because I got all the other ones. And then this is what the orange vinyl looks like. So pretty awesome. It's it's their debut album. Shoegaze. My favorites off of this are the title song Doppelganger, and then Horror Head, which was a single off of this. It's one of my favorite Curve songs, Horror Head. And then Arms High was another one that was a single off of this, but I'm not that crazy. Or Fait Accompli, sorry, not Arms High. Fait Accompli was one of the singles off of this as well, but it's not as good as Doppelganger or Horror Head. But anyway, Curve, music on, this one just came out just in the past few weeks, like 3 weeks maybe ago that this came out. It's a UK import, so order one if you want to have it. Music on vinyl, curve. So, oh, this is my original. This is what the difference, I guess, in the cover. This is a little deeper, darker reddish orange, and this is more of just a basic orange. So pretty much the same look and feel wise. And then the original came with this inner sleeve though. I'll show you that. So this inner sleeve came with my original copy. I did not get anything like that with this record, this new reissue. And that's what the original labels look like on the Anxious records. So on to the next one, third record I'm going to show. Band I'm crazy about, Bow Wow Wow. This is Sea Jungle, their first studio album that they released. I have the original, or at least something very close to the original UK press. It's got this photo. It's kind of a recreation of I believe it's a Manet painting. There was a lot of disturbance about this because this lead singer, Annabella, she's 14 years old when this photo was taken. So they went and did another cover art version for the US, and that's what this is. So same songs, everything's pretty much the same. It's on RCA Records. So just as a collector, I like collecting Bow Wow Wow stuff. So I had to have that. And then again, this is what the original looks like. That's what the back looks like of the original UK press on EMI Records, that original one. Next one. This is I'm into shoegaze, as if y'all couldn't tell from a lot of my previous videos. And way back when I was searching for new shoegaze bands to get into, because you know, there's like the basic 5 or 6 or whatever that everybody knows, and I kind of wanted to get deeper into the shoegaze genre. So I found this article, and it was like the top 50 shoegaze albums, and it had, you know, My Bloody Valentine and Slow Dive and Ride and all that stuff. But it had Candy Claus. That's where I discovered Candy Claus, was from this article. And then it had this band too, and it's a band out of Norway called Maribel. So this is Norwegian shoegaze. This is 2008, I believe. Sorry, I have to look at my notes. 2009, this album came out. This is their first debut album called Aesthetics. And I guess I could best describe this as being very close. Well, it's got a lot of My Bloody Valentine influences, a lot of Jesus and Mary Chain influence, but really I think that the closest they come to what I could describe their music, it would be the band Medicine, the shoegaze band out of Los Angeles. Medicine. That's really what this sounds the most like to me. It's very noisy, really nice, beautiful music. So Norwegian shoegaze. This is what the band looks like. This is the inner sleeve, and these are the songs on the album. I don't know. Check it out if you like your shoegaze to be very noisy, very kind of just really sharp and staticky and just loud and fuzzy. This is the band for you. It is on a record label called Fat People Are Harder to Kidnap. That's the name of the label. Out of Norway. This is what the label looks like. And I had previously purchased their second album. I showed this on a video a while back, Reveries. And I tell you, you wouldn't even recognize the two bands. They're completely different. This is not shoegaze. This is kind of a post-punk kind of, more art rock kind of music, not shoegaze at all. So that's their second, I believe their last album. I can't find anything else by this band. So anyway, Maribel out of Norway. Check out Aesthetics if you want a really good shoegaze album. This next one is a reissue. They've been starting on this reissue campaign. They kind of went backwards. Hopefully they'll go forwards and release some of their later stuff. But this is the band Ivy. This is their debut album called Realistic. Last year, the year before, I think it was last year, I got their second album they reissued. They really didn't have any of their music on vinyl. It's all CD and digital. so now that they're putting these out on vinyl, I'm buying them up. Fantastic debut album. This band they're out of New York City. The singer is from Paris. She came over to the States to learn English, and the guys recruited her into singing for their band, and she hadn't really sung before, and she's great. She's got a wonderful voice. She sings, all the lyrics are in English, but she has the French accent, which is really nice. Their music is kind of inspired by like the Go-Betweens and House of Love and the Smiths. It's kind of light indie pop kind of music. Their slower songs are actually really nice. I really enjoy their slower music than I do their kind of more upbeat poppy kind of songs. But anyway, Ivy, Realistic. This is their debut album. It just got reissued or issued on vinyl for the first time, I believe. Anyway, check them out if you haven't heard them before. No Inner Sleeve, and this is what the custom label looks like for them. Yeah, you can find it anywhere. And so just to show, this is their second album. I got this last year, and then for the record store day, they put out a demo record demos from this album, their second album, called Apartment Life. But anyway, that's Ivy. I dig them. So speaking of record store day, Black Friday, I don't really want anything on the list that I saw. There's really nothing that I really see except for one record, and this was the same a couple record store days ago. This band released something that hadn't been reissued on vinyl, and that's the Jesus Lizard. So a couple record store days ago, I got this, and now Jesus Lizard is releasing their album Blue, which is their their sixth studio album, and I believe it's the first time it's being reissued, and it's on blue vinyl, and so it's their last album from 1998, and it's going to be at the record store day, so I'm going to pick up a copy of that one. And it was produced by Gang of Four's Andy Gill, so a lot of you all know who that is. I don't follow Gang of Four, but I know the name. I know the band's name, and I know who Andy Gill is. So that probably means something to people. Yeah, so anyway, Jesus Lizard's Blue. So I'm going to be checking that one out and grabbing it. This next thing, I had like a credit on Amazon, and I'm searching through, and I found this, and it was already price reduced. So I ended up picking this up for like $20. As you all know, I'm a huge Rush fan, and this was the 40th anniversary release of Permanent Waves, their seventh studio album from 1980. I bought all their albums back when I was a kid, so back in the 80s, early 80s, I was buying up all their stuff. I don't think I have originals of a lot of those, but I do have like early reissues or early presses of those albums, including this one. But a lot of them had like water damage and stuff because I've had them since 1981 or 82. So they're kind of beat up and scratches and whatever. And so I've been going back through and getting these reissues, the ones that came out in I think like 2015 reissues or 23. I forget what these reissues are, but they're audiophile remasterings or whatever of these albums. This one though is the 40th anniversary release of this. It's kind of a mini box set. I didn't get the deluxe. I don't really have any interest in getting those huge deluxe Rush box sets. They just have a lot of knickknacks and curio things that I just don't really care to own. I think they're really cool. I think they're neat to look at, but I don't want to spend like an extra $100 or $150 for that stuff. I really just want the vinyl. So I got this for around $20. So this is the reissue of the album Permanent Waves. Fantastic album. Probably my second favorite Rush album next to Moving Pictures. And this is what the box set looks like on the outside. I kept the shrink on it for now, at least. I don't know. I'll probably take it off because I always do. But this is what the reissue box looks like. It's about yay thick. And it comes with the original album, and then it comes with a double record set of a live performance from the Permanent Waves tour, which is right up my alley. As a lot of Rush fans, I really am into their live performances even more so than their studio performances. I think their live sets are just amazing. So this came with this. It's a double live set album from the Permanent Waves tour, and those are the songs on there. And I don't know if these were like recordings that were taken from here and put into Exit Stage Left, but I know like a lot of the Exit Stage Left material, that live album, was taken from the Permanent Waves tour, and some of it was taken from the Moving Pictures tour, which is cool. But now having this Permanent Waves all by itself, live performance, and then also I have the Moving Pictures little mini box set like this with just the Moving Pictures tour performance alone, without the Permanent Waves stuff mixed in like it is on Exit Stage Left. So it's really awesome. It sounds great. I think I'd heard bootlegs of this before and it didn't sound too good, but they've definitely cleaned it up, and it comes on these 2 record set deal there. Nice heavy vinyl copies, and then it came with this booklet. It's Hugh Syme, the artist who does most of their cover artwork, or if not all of their cover artwork. And it's like little visualizations along with the lyrics of the songs from this album. So that's pretty cool to have. Anyway, I'm still a huge Rush fan after all these years, so I'm not really shy to admit that. The last couple albums here are going to be brand new albums. This one, Metric, band out of Canada, love them. This is Formentera 2. Formentera 1 came out last year. I went and saw them for that concert. I bought the record at the show, and it was all autographed by the whole band. So I have that hanging on my wall. I'd show it, but it's hanging on my wall right now, so I didn't feel like unframing it to bring it down to show and tell. But this is the new one that came out, part 2 of this set, I guess. Nice gatefold cover there, and there's the back. And it's just like, I think it's 9 songs. Yeah, 9 new songs, kind of continuing the Formentera 1 kind of thought, I guess. I don't know if these were done at the same time in the studio and they just cut it into 2 separate albums. I need to read some articles to figure all that out. But anyway, these songs are different than the first album. These songs are more keyboard synthesizer oriented. They're more 80s influenced than the first album. The first album is a little bit more kind of rock guitar oriented, whereas this is more synth. There's still a lot of guitar in here, and there's really excellent guitar performances on this album, but it's definitely more synth. It's got kind of a little bit of a disco kind of Giorgio Moroder kind of feel to some of the songs. It's really nice. I mean, I love 80s music. I love synth pop, so this doesn't bother me at all. I have to say this album is amazing. It's got 9 songs. I would say 8 of them are like top-notch Metric songs. So many earworms. I wake up every morning before I turn on any music. I have one of these songs off this album in my head pretty much every single morning. It's just such a fantastic album. I don't know how they do it, because usually when bands put out a good album, then they kind of fall apart and they get new producers and they get full of themselves and they just stop. I don't know what it is, but they just lose their ability to write catchy, great songs. Whereas Metric just keeps getting better and better. I thought Art of Doubt, which was like 2 albums ago, I thought that was their best album. And then they put out Formentera, and I thought that one was better. And then they put out this part 2, and this one's even better than the last 2. It's just amazing. I don't know. I'm a huge fan. Every single song on this, they're all just freaking great. A lot of these songs have really catchy hooks that make you want to listen to the song again and again. And some songs have like 2 or 3 or 4 hooks to them. It's just excellent songwriting by Emily, and I think Jimmy is the guitarist. They're just fantastic songwriters, and this is definitely something that you want to check out and pick up and give it a few listens. And I think you'll enjoy it if you like this kind of music. They're definitely at the top of their game. Metric, Formentera 2. Hopefully they'll come back around and do another tour. They did like a little mini tour of like all the major cities, like just like four or five cities in the U.S. and then did some dates in Europe. But I'm sure they'll come back and do like a full tour coming up next year. This is the inner sleeve. That's what that looks like. They had a bunch of different vinyl variants. They had one with a signed insert, but I already have their autographs, so I didn't really need a second set of autographs. But this is their blue marbled version that they sold on their website. I ordered it off their website. So anyway, Metric, that album is awesome. It is definitely a top contender for album of the year for me, along with Slow Dive, the new Slow Dive album. The last new album that I have to show is Emma Anderson. It's her debut solo album. She's the guitarist and backup singer for the band Lush. And I've been talking about Lush. Lush just did like a whole reissue campaign for their 3 studio albums. And right at the end of that, or right during that actually, Emma announced that she was putting out a studio album. A bunch of different variants of this as well were released. I got the purple dinked version, which is pretty rare. I think it's the rarest of the ones that they released. The original album is like black and white photograph, and this one has kind of a purple tint to it for the purple dinked version that matches this color, I guess. I was going to take it out on camera because it's got this OB strip and everything, and I didn't know how to show that. So it comes with this little OB strip that comes off there. This is what the back of the album looks like, these song titles. And then she's got an inner sleeve. Looks like so. The name of the album again is Pearlies. If I didn't mention that before, all the lyrics are on the back so you can sing along. And then because it's the purple dinked version, it came on purple vinyl. I guess that's the best, yeah, purple vinyl there. And then it also, the dinked version also came with a bonus flexi disc. And this is a song off the album called Xanth, Xanthe. But this is a remixed version or an alternate version of the song. So you can kind of see that, I guess, in the glare there. So bonus flexi disc. I think this is the only version that came with anything like that. You could also like order a version of the album on blue vinyl with a tote bag with her initials on it. So that's pretty cool. So what I have to say about this album now, I love this album. It is kind of a continuation of the sound of Lush. If you know them, then you know what I'm talking about, like what they sound like. There's various songs off of this that sound like they could be off the Spooky album or the Split album or the Love Life album. Just various different sounds that she's got going on. But also like a lot of new things that she adds to this that are different than Lush. So it's not like you're just listening to retread Lush songs. It really is her own music. And you can tell it's different, but it's also harkens back to the Lush sound as well. And you can kind of see how much influence, like how much of the songwriting of Lush she actually did, because it's just the same kind of, vibe, I guess, as Lush songs, with quite a few surprises. She does a lot of things on here that are like, wow, that's really wild. I wouldn't expect that in a Lush song, and it's really fantastic. Her voice is very much similar to kind of a Mickey voice from Lush, but it's different. It's not Mickey's voice, but you can kind of hear it's a voice that fits very well with this music, and you're just not used to hearing Emma sing, because she would just do like, background melodies or little harmonies with Mickey, but Mickey was the main singer in Lush. Mickey has solo music too. She has Piroshka here that I'll show here. This is an album that came out a few years ago. She's got 2 records, Mickey does, but I have to say that Emma's album to me is way better. And that's no diss to Mickey, but I really love this new Emma Anderson album. And Emma is on Facebook. She runs a page or whatever, and she responds sometimes to people. It's really neat. She's very she seems very devoted into promoting this new album and interacting with her fans. And she seems like just a very just nice and grounded and just normal person. And it's really cool to see her have the success of how this album is being received, which is really well by all the Lush fans and stuff. I haven't heard anybody say they didn't like it, which is really rare because usually there's always those naysayers who come out and talk trash about people's new albums, but there's no trolls that I've seen so far on this. I Was Miles Away, Inner Light, Taste the Air, Willow and Mallow, The Presence, Tonight Is Mine, For a Moment. There's a whole bunch. All those songs are just fantastic. And those aren't even the songs she released as singles. She released Clusters and Bend the Round. Those are good songs, but I like the songs that are not singles even better than the ones she released as singles. So anyway, I could go on and on. Actually, I will talk more about this album. It was released on a label called Sonic Cathedral. I'll talk more about this because I'm going to do another video where I talk just about Emma Anderson and her music. She was in a band before this called Sing Sing. It was after Lush and before this. And I have a lot of Sing Sing stuff. Not a lot of it's available on vinyl, but I do have a lot of Sing Sing stuff, and I like to talk about that and also talk about this album some more once I give it even more listens. So anyway, that was that. I went and saw the Dandy Warhols in concert in Tempe. That was the first show of their new tour. They're touring with the Black Angels. So the Black Angels came on first, and then it was the Dandy Warhols when I saw them. I don't know if they switch places. Sometimes they even play together. They do songs together, but they didn't do that at our show. It was a good show. The first couple songs I knew really well, and like the last 3 or 4 songs I knew really well. A lot of the stuff in between was like newer stuff, or it was like covers, and I didn't know them, but it was still a great concert. I'd seen them a long time ago, a few times back, like during their like first few albums, those tours. So it was really nice to see them back in Phoenix, and got to see them perform. I don't have any other concerts on the Liz Phair is coming, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it to her show. It's down in Tucson. And but hopefully there'll be hopefully 2024 will be a better year for shows, because a lot of bands just skipped Phoenix for whatever dumb reason, and I hate them for it. I don't hate them, but I hate them for it. It just really sucks that they skipped Phoenix. But hopefully I'll see some shows and they won't make me drive all the way out to California to see them. But anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for watching. When I got a couple records on order, and I'll get some records for Christmas, and I'll show some records here pretty soon, and maybe there'll be a contest entry I'll do or something, some thread I'll answer, or give me some reason to show off some records. But anyway, hope you all have hope you all had a great Halloween, and hope you all have a great Thanksgiving. Hopefully I'll talk to you before Thanksgiving. I'm sure I will. But anyway, love you guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.